Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny. Episode number, I don't know, where are we at? 632? Is that right? I think that's right. Let me check here. I like how I'm checking to fill time. Nah, yeah, 632. No, another day here chilling, being a lazy piece of shit like always. Trying to think of anything I did. I ate a couple of hot dogs. That was pretty exciting. My sister got like some like Sam's Club hot dogs that are like, my buddy grilled them and they're like super big, like the ones you fucking remember seeing like in the old or in like movie theaters, or gas stations when hot dogs were fucking hot dogs, back before the war. No, I don't know. They were real good though. So I had a couple of those. We had some baked beans there that I had bought. Those were fucking good. Uh, Contrary to like what the live action Dennis the Menace movie might say, I wasn't like gassy after I ate them. Do you remember that scene? I always think about it in the live action Dennis the Menace movie when he runs away or whatever, and Christopher Lloyd's that like homeless dude that kidnaps him with the knife, and he like accidentally handcuffs him or whatever, like comedy, right? And he's cooking that big old thing of beans and the keys fall in there. So he makes Christopher Lloyd eat all the beans and he ends up accidentally eating the key. And it's, it's just like, that's comedy. It's fucking great. I don't know. It's such a weird movie. Yeah. Very, I don't know. You couldn't do movies like that anymore. Like that. Baby's Day Out. I love Baby's Day Out. I gotta rewatch that. That's a classic. Showed it to my niece, even though I don't know if a baby should be watching that because it does it's not good to mirror that kind of shit. But anyways, let's check out the news here. I got some, got some news, right? How do I do this? No, that's the wrong one. There we go. WNBA opens with highest attendance in 26 years. The WNBA registered its highest attendance in 26 years for an opening month to the season, as well as its most watched start. The league announced Monday that 400,000 fans attended games since the season tipped off. That on May 14th through the end of the month, its highest since nearly the league's inception. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. And you know, I've actually been kind of following the WNBA just because I like the NBA. Yeah, I'll bet parlays on there when there's like a bonus free spot. The other day I actually won like $100, but I'm like slowly losing it because I keep betting like $10 here, $10 here, or whatever. But yeah, that Caitlin Clark is really putting a spotlight on it. And not to mention like that one other chick that got drafted second. I can't remember her name. I actually bet on her, but she's like a smoke show. She's a tall drink of water, like, and then she's like a white girl too. Uh, and not that the black girls aren't attractive as well. There's some that are attractive too, if that's all we're watching it for. But they're talented as well. But Caitlin Clark, I mean, not that she's not pretty, but she's a very good face of the company because she's can play. She's kind of squeaky clean, and I don't know. She's kind of doing there. I remember someone said that like she could shoot from where Steph Curry can shoot. Like so, she's kind of doing what like Steph Curry did with like Golden State and gave them like a lot of hope. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a sports analyst or anything, but that is pretty cool to see that this momentum is really like being like represented and there's proof to it. So that's good. And I mean, it is kind of because of her, pretty fucking crazy. Next year on the news, Elon Musk threatens to ban iPhones and MacBooks at his companies after Apple announces OpenAI partnership. Um, Elon Musk slammed Apple's new OpenAI partnership, threatening to ban Apple devices at his companies. He said visitors will have to check their Apple devices and they will be stored in a Faraday cage. Apple assures privacy protections, while Musk claims Apple can't ensure user security if integrating OpenAI's technology. Ugh. So yeah, Apple announced that it's partnering with Chat GPT and OpenAI to bring their fucking software onto the new iOS, right? Which I guess is cool, because Chat GPT is pretty fucking powerful. I know I use it for my homework, my niece's homework. I use it, for a lot of shit like that on Microsoft or whatever. So it works. Of course, there's times it's wrong, and then it doesn't let you do specific dirty things or whatever. But yeah, I could see Elon Musk's not wanting it to be like that, because he doesn't believe that it can remain secure. And me personally, like going through all of these cyber security classes that I'm taking, these courses, I can understand that feeling, like that it's always listening, and at any time, kind of like in that fucking Batman movie, The Dark Knight, when he hacks all the cameras and fucking phones to find the Joker or whatever. I mean, the government or OpenAI or whoever, Apple, can technically like do that if you just say okay to these terms of services and sign away whatever. They can listen to whatever, they can hear whatever, they can take whatever, they can watch. Like what's that one movie, Eagle Eye? That one with Shia LaBeouf. You're walking in the woods. There's no one around, and your phone is dead. OpenAI, Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, but I think he's even thinking. I saw a tweet that said, would anyone buy a device if he created one? And a lot of people were like, yeah, I'd buy a Tesla phone or a X phone. I don't know what he would call it, but yeah, I don't know if that would work out. Because I mean, Amazon try. There's a lot of companies that have tried to make their own phones, and really the only ones on the market are what, Apple, Google, or Samsung. I'm sorry, Google's with Samsung, right? Google does have their own phone, but it's not really on the market, or at least gets any of the market shares. That is it Helwani or Hawaii? One of those that's a Chinese brand has kind of the market share, but just because there it's in Japan or China or whatever, it's all the same Asians, right? Uh, but there's a lot of other phones, obviously, that are trying to get in the market, and they can't compete with the juggernauts that are Samsung and Apple. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I like my iPhone. If they're gonna make me upgrade to ChatGPT, I don't care. Like I already know everything's listening. I remember that first time my sister had bought me one of those like little Alexas, and I remember putting it in my room, and then like she like intercommed me through it, and I was like, nope, I don't like this. I don't like that it could hear me. I don't like that it can like access me. I don't like this at all. This is too fucking Big Brother like, yeah. So I don't know. I don't like that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't mind using OpenAI ChatGPT as long as I'm not forced to like sign up for and pay another subscription, even though I'm sure we are. We're gonna maybe get a free light version of it, and then it's gonna be another 25, 35 bucks a month just to use your fucking phone, to talk to it like Siri, to to have sex with Scarlett Johansson, with her voice. But I would pay that. I would pay at least for the first month, to have sex with Scarlett Johansson's voice. Um, because she's hot, and I could say that I did. Here's a news article I saw here. A majority of Black Americans believe U.S. institutions are conspiring against them. A Pew poll finds. And I want to file this under no shit Sherlock, because yeah, a lot of the government's conspired against a lot of people, not just the blacks, but the Mexicans and the Asians. I mean, what was was it the Tuskegee Papers? No, like the one where they were giving the blacks syphilis and saying that it was just like routine medication, but it really was just to study how syphilis did in the black communities or some shit. Not to mention. I don't know, just a lot of crazy shit, like, I could see, the government doing all this, the fluoride in the water, making the frogs gay, and, fucking Mexico with dirty water, and they gotta drink Coca-Cola and fucking baptize their children in it, in the Diet Coke, because it's a little sugar-free. Nah, they don't have Diet Coke in Mexico, it's just all regular Coke. Um, and I don't mean cocaine, I mean, like, Coca-Cola Coke, like the good Coca-Cola, and maybe cocaine, I don't know, but they have a one president now, so they can do whatever they want, right? As long as the kitchen stays clean. But yeah, no, the government is conspiring against all of us. You don't have to just be black. Although maybe it is conspiring mostly against blacks, or at least they believe mostly that it is. But yeah, this is kind of a weird like poll. Like it's one of those. Oh, is water wet? Yeah. Okay. Dummy. Like I don't know. I could ask anyone down the street, and they'll say the same thing. The government fucking look at the IRS. It's all a conspiracy, right? Why do we gotta fucking pay taxes, and where's the fuck does that money go? But whatever. What do I know? The DMV. No. Lastly, here on the news, speaking of the U.S., right? Conspirizing, the U.S. unveils a new task force aimed at cracking down on illicit e-cigarettes. And the U.S. Department of Food Drug Administration on Monday launched a new task force that will take aim at the sale and distribution of illicit e-cigarettes in a move to protect youth from illegal vaping products. And you can look at this in a few ways. Like I get that vape companies are targeting younger kids with these colorful flavor like inhalants or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's just as bad for you, even though or maybe it isn't. I don't know the science. Okay. I'm gonna say right now, I don't know if a vape is just as bad for you as inhaling smoke, right? Because it's vapor instead of fucking flame smoke or whatever. So you would just think it wasn't as bad, but I don't know the science, right? All I know is, yeah, it's true. They are kind of aiming these at children, or at least making it the packaging look kind of cool, for kids. Um, but looking at the other side of the coin, I feel like the government's cracking down on this because they're not getting that government, you know, like these are able to work around those FDA type things because they only have so much of this or so much of that, so they don't need to pay the FDA what the fucking cigarette industry or the tobacco industry has already been fucking paying, them forever, the lobbying and all that. You can go back to the days of reefer madness when hemp was about to ruin the paper industry. So fucking what's his name? I forget his name, that owned the newspaper business, or he owned a paper business, but he owned newspapers too. So he created a reefer madness, making marijuana a menace by printing out all the things and making it look legitimate. And then it just made everyone hate reefer or be afraid of it. That it was a menace when it really wasn't. It was just against his paper business. Whereas this could be the same thing. They're trying to crack down on it just because it's gonna fucking take profits and fuck with the cigarette industry, and even take away, if this is healthier, take away the cigarettes that are causing cancer and take away that cancer patient actually be healthier to where, oh fuck, we don't have because they don't have the cure for cancer. It's all the money's in the treating of it. So if people stop getting cancer, they're gonna stop making money there too. So, and I'm pretty sure cigarettes is like, I don't know, probably the number one cause of cancer. I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor. I can't fucking verify that, but I'm no news source. I'm no sports analyst. I'm just a fat piece of shit. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess if they're cool flavors like that, cool. No, I don't fucking know. I'm not ending this. That's all funny, guys. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. That's all funny. The one where podcast search, that's all funny. A podcast my buddy Gabe called That's All Gabe about wrestling. and there's stuff on Mondays. Yeah. That's all kayfabe anywhere you find your podcasts. If you want to see video versions of this or that and other stuff I do, check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ at Lorenzo Ariola. Got video versions of this podcast, that podcast, and other stuff I do, as well as a live show I do with the wonderful Mint Salad called Tits and Areolas, where we talk about a movie we watch, play a little game. She's beautiful, sexy. I'm a fat piece of shit. I'm lazy. Check that out. That's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern on the YouTube channel and on X. You can check me out on Twitter and X at Lorenzo Ariola. Also on Instagram at Lorenzo Ariola. If you want to hit me up for t-shirts, prints, or stickers, got a lot of that. You can purchase some. They're all limited. No, I don't know. We have them. They're great. If you want to hit up the artist who does all art for the show, check out at Retro Horror Inc. on Twitter and Instagram. That's at Retro Horror Inc., the Bear Heart of Graphic Art. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers or Patreon members for the support. You can check me out patreon.com/ Lorenzo Ariola. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you for subscribing. Check me out everywhere podcasts available. Thank you. Bye.